People would wait for me at 3 o'clock when school was over and call me a dirty Jew.
Hi everyone, I'm Rachel, and I'm so excited that my grandpa David will be joining me here today for a conversation about Jewish life. My grandpa was born in Paris and was 4 years old when the war broke out. Come join us. Hi, Jeepa.
Hi, Rachel. Good to see you.
Come in.
Okay, thank you.
Come sit.
Okay.
Are you ready to talk about Jewish life?
I certainly am. The Germans came on board the train and asked us for papers, and they realized that something was not kosher there, and they took us to this internment camp, Gurs, which was a camp for Jews, communists, and gypsies. And from there, they took them to the death camps. So we were lucky of being there only for 9 months. We were hidden on this farm. Only the principal knew that we were Jewish. And when German troops were invading the schools to looking for Jewish and non-Jewish partisans, he would hide us.
What was it like for you to grow up Jewish?
I was 11 and a half when I came to the United States, and I went to junior high and high school. I was the only Jewish boy, and they asked me, what does Jewish mean? What is Jewish? Because there were no Jews in that school. I think when I spoke to them about what I went through during the Second World War, they had no idea, no comprehension what the Holocaust was.
Wow.
It was not taught at the school.
And that's only a couple years after.
That was in 1949.
Because you have always taken so much pride in your Judaism, it's become even more important to me to carry that legacy on. In school and in Hebrew school, I was surrounded by a lot of Jews. So I never had the experience growing up where I wasn't surrounded by a lot of people that looked like me, shared a lot of my values, but when I went to school in St. Louis, I was exposed to people with a lot of different backgrounds where I had to actually take the time and explain to them why I couldn't take a test on Yom Kippur because I wasn't eating. When you go out a couple miles, nobody's ever met a Jewish person. So when you came to America, did you experience anti-Semitism when you first got here as a young child?
When I went to school in Brooklyn, people would wait for me at 3 o'clock when school was over and call me a dirty Jew.
I never knew that.
Oh yeah, I used to get bruised, so that even in this country, there's hate for the Jewish people.
Did you ever think that you would experience anti-Semitism or bear witness to it after something like the Holocaust?
It's beyond comprehension.
I haven't really experienced anti-Semitism myself. You know, it's hard to not think about the way that anti-Semitism can continue to happen regularly. What does Israel mean to you as someone that survived the Holocaust?
Been to Israel 5 times, and every time I come and I kiss the ground.
So how do you feel when people criticize Israel or criticize the choices of the Israeli government?
Every day I read the New York Times, I look at the United Nations criticizing Israel. There's always reports of an Israeli shooting an Arab. And they're so biased and one-sided. They don't realize that a stone can kill you too. What is Israel supposed to do?
You know, I'm growing up in this social media generation where there's a hatred for Israel that people are criticizing when they don't even know what goes on there. People feel more empowered than ever to share their opinions and almost hide behind the screen. Like, I definitely identify as a Zionist, and I am a proud Zionist. I think that for many different reasons, people are ashamed to say that, but to me, Zionism is a love for a country that opens me and my family with welcome arms.
I agree 100%.
You have shaped my identity in more ways that I could have even expressed.
And I am so lucky to have you, Sophie and Lily, and your mom and dad in my life. My family means the most to me than anything else. I love you.